What's up, crypto fam? It's Phantom taking a look at the market. Bitcoin has remained about as sideways as I've ever seen it through the day. Our range so far for today is 39.4 to 39.8. So we're killing it with the sideways movement. Even the fear and greed index is moving exactly sideways. Yesterday we're at 24. Today we're at 24. I think there'll probably be some action just before the close, like we had last week. Hopefully, it's more towards the upside than the downside, but it does look like that even though we're in the green right now, one of my indicators will likely print a red candle. And like I've mentioned on stream the past week, the other times that we've seen this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times it's happened previously since September 2020. 4 of the 5 times it's led to rallies to the upside, decent rallies to the upside. Not too long after. In most cases, it's the second week after. So I think there's big movement coming. I'm still in belief that we are going to be moving to the upside. I don't think we're going to push and close below this weekly trend line. If we do, I will turn more bearish and maybe follow the sentiments of Peter Brand, thinking that we hit the 28K region. But all my indicators are saying that we are still in bullish territory, and seeing everybody from Twitter kind of calling the 28K region as our next stop kind of makes me more bullish, because if Twitter's indication of anything in the past, majority of Twitter is wrong, majority of the time. A strong bearish move. Generally, that means we're about to change course. I thought it was going to be at the end of last week, during the week this week, and it might just be a setup of the upwards movement that we're going to get hopefully next week. If we do close with this red candle and it does fall, the last 4 out of 5 times that we've printed the red candle, that we started our bullish momentum to the upside. So that's my thoughts on Bitcoin. I'm still in my Cosmos long. I got stopped out, bought back in, lowered my stop, and I'll be riding that out for the remainder of the close, and I'll determine on a day-by-day basis where I'm at and update the stream. Obviously not financial advice, just one of the picks that I'm making for a run-up, hopefully for a 10% gain, and we'll close it out depending on how bullish things are looking at the time. We still haven't broken through our previous support, now turned resistance. We've tried it at it 2 weeks in a row, failed 2 weeks in a row. So I'm hoping we make a third week attempt, and the third week attempt smashes through it, and we're able to try some of our harsh resistance zones around the 48, 49K region. So that's my thoughts of crypto going through the weekly close tomorrow. I do have a couple of pretty cool news articles. One is Mexican soccer giant Tigres to embrace Bitcoin as a payment method. One of the most successful soccer clubs in Mexico, Tigres, partnered with Bitso to enable fans to purchase tickets in Bitcoin. The latest cryptocurrency adoption does not end here, as leading delivery platforms in South Africa, Rappi, and the renowned provider of jewelry and precious metals reveal the same intentions. Bitcoin gets one step closer to Mexican soccer. 7-time champion of Mexico's premier soccer league, Tigres, disclosed its collaboration with Bitso, a major cryptocurrency exchange in Latin America, and Bellatomobile, a platform for purchasing tickets to allow fans to buy passes for matches and entertainment events in Bitcoin. The initiative will see the light of day this weekend when the team faces its big rival, the United States. So this is huge news. The more adoption we can get, especially with Bitcoin being used as a form of payment, I think we'll eventually, as we continue to have adoption in the Bitcoin will eventually move itself much more to a store of value, and things like Cardano and Ethereum and Solana, those will be used for more day-to-day transactions like purchasing tickets, things like that, where Bitcoin will be so rare once the adoption's high enough that it'll be like a precious metal. You want to just store it, and as its value continues to go up because of its scarcity. Why Cardano is in the news. So let's get rid of all these ads. Why is Cardano's future looking so bright? Cardano token is currently struggling to reach the dollar mark. Many investors holding Cardano token are in the red right now. Nevertheless, the Cardano community is extremely positive. Is Cardano's future really looking bright? Cardano's design is a long-term project, and its future is indeed looking promising. We give the reasons why Cardano should perform extremely well in the long term, which has always been their goal. If you know anything about Charles Hoskinson, he takes the shaft, but the man plays the long game. He co-founded Ethereum, and he thought there was more that could be done. They've hired some of the best scientists in the world. They have written white papers. They are proving the best way to fundamentally create these blockchains, transactions. They're moving with proof of stake. They've added their smart contracts, and they're releasing and appending, but they put all their work in building a strong foundation so that they can continue at the speed that they've been doing so. What happened to Cardano's price in 2021 to date? Cardano's token price has experienced a sharp drop in the last 6 months. In September 2021, Cardano was over $3. By the end of the year, the price had already fallen more sharply. By the turn of the year, Cardano lost over half its value. In 2022, we saw further difficulties on the Cardano price. Both fell below 80 cents. Since then, the price has struggled to break above $1. Right now, Cardano lost about 65 to 70% of its value from its all-time high, which isn't surprising of all coins. This same thing happened in the last bull market. Cardano shot up, and it ended up, when we got into an actual bear market, I was able to pick up a good amount of Cardano for the 6 to 10 cent region. But Cardano is a long-term hold. It's all about accumulation for what's to come. It's not about, the quick scalping or quick trades to take the wins. How Cardano will be further developed in the long term. So there's obviously projects that have been lined out for Cardano, and why the future is looking so bright. Due to the scientific approach and long-term development, the future of Cardano could be extremely positive. With the introduction of smart contracts, Cardano could finally be the basis for decentralized apps after a long wait. The next was to massively increase scalability. With the increase in scalability, Cardano should outperform other blockchains in the future. The blockchain is already superior to other blockchains in most areas, and this should remain the case with the scientific working methods of Cardano in the future. So, like I said, they built it for the long term. They're going to be here to stay. They are starting to bring out community voting on what the locked Cardano will be used for, which projects will be chosen by the community to get investments, to build on the Cardano blockchain, to build future projects. It's going to be big in the DeFi space. It's going to be big in the NFT arena. Even relating to the soccer game tickets, NFTs are going to be a big thing when it comes to sporting events and ticket sales and things like that. NFTs solve a big problem that industry has, and Cardano is going to be a place to build those NFTs. And the last news article that I have, I touched on it a little bit yesterday, but it bears mentioning again. Europe's largest electronic retailer is to roll out Bitcoin ATMs. Multinational Chain of stores selling electronics will reportedly install Bitcoin ATMs in 12 branches across Austria. Customers will be able to purchase the leading cryptocurrency at vending machines. Retail giants are embracing crypto. Large retailers around the globe have been steadily making their way into the digital asset universe lately. With that said, it is worth giving a few examples of such companies that will have hopped on the bandwagon in the recent months. At the end of 2021, Croatia's biggest food producer and leading supermarket chain accepted several different digital assets payments methods. These include Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and Tether. The retailer collaborated with a local fintech company, Electrocoin, known as Croatia's first crypto payment processor. It guarantees the buyer a fixed exchange rate at the start of the transaction and provides enough time for successful execution. Shortly after, Mexico's leading supermarket chain partnered with BitPay to enable customers to pay their bills in Bitcoin instead of fiat currencies. Nonetheless, the organizations reminded that dealing with cryptocurrency hides its risk, and electors should not be held accountable for any losses, scams, or mismanagement. So, a lot of companies are done getting hacked and losing all of their money to these scammers that are locking up their information and holding it ransom. And Bitcoin, can provide safety for that. So it's the more and more adoption we get, the bigger and bigger the crypto space continues to grow, and the more we're going to push against the establishments, the governments that don't want to see Bitcoin succeed, and especially the banking systems that don't want to see Bitcoin succeed. But the fact is that it provides faster transactions. It doesn't roll back transactions. There's less fees associated. It's win-win-win-win for the provider. It's just a lose for the banks, and that's why you're seeing so much of a fight. So just wrapping up, I think Bitcoin's been extremely boring over the weekend. It has been moving extremely within a tight band, and you can see our weekly trend line going up, and this resistance band we keep on bouncing back and forth. We've broken through it once and back through it again, but we've hit this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. We've tried to get through this thing with one success. So there's a lot of pressure right here. We just gotta get enough to break through it, and I think once we do, I think we're gonna move to the upside and hopefully test this resistance with a lot stronger run this time, and we can smash through it and push for our new all-time highs. Is my hope over the next few months. So that's all I have. I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday. I hope you have an even better Sunday, and I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, peace.